Hello everybody, what's up? I'm Levon, welcome to The Man in the Kitchen. I'm super excited because today we're making oxtail. It's one of my favorite stews. It's got fat, bone, meat, collagen, anything you can want, and it's a super easy one-pot recipe. We're just gonna brown that oxtail, then fry up some tomatoes, onions. We're gonna mix everything up with spices, top it up with a bit of water, and stick it into the oven for a few hours while we grab a drink. It's gonna come out saucy, tender, with this awesome char. Just so good. Let's go. Before we start, did you know that for every subscription on this channel, a new baby panda is born? A panda! So go ahead, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and let's go. Obviously, the main thing you're gonna need here is some oxtail. Other than that, a few tomatoes, a few onions, and the spice mix, which is gonna consist of garlic powder, onion powder, paprika, cumin, oregano, and some salt, all in even portions. We're gonna put it all into a bowl, mix it up, and the mix will be done. Then get your favorite oven-proof pan. I have this awesome cast iron wok, and heat it up with your fat of choice. In my case, I got some beef fat over there, but olive oil does just as fine. Then we're gonna sear this oxtail on all sides. We're gonna do it in batches so that it gets a nice char and doesn't end up steaming. Once it starts to get some of that color on the one side, we're just gonna start swirling it around, turning it, making sure we get that nice char on all sides. This is like my definition of a perfect meal. It is so good. It's got fat, bone, meat, anything you can possibly want in a stew, and it's so easy to make. Like, you can't even mess it up even if you tried. And trust me, later in this video I came pretty close to doing that, and it still turned out really good. So honestly, I highly recommend you give it a go. It is absolutely amazing. Once the first batch is done, just remove it, put it in a bowl, add some fat if you need it, and we're gonna repeat this with the next batch and the next until everything is fried. After the last batch, we're just gonna briefly add everything back into the pan so that we can spice it up with about half of the total mix that we made. Once the spices had a chance to soak in, we're just gonna remove everything from the pan, add a bit more fat, and then go in with our veggies, starting with the onions, then the peppers, and finally the tomatoes. While the oxtail was frying, I've chopped everything up roughly into these large chunks. So just go ahead and do the same, and then add them in one at a time, and yeah. Once veggies had a chance to steam up and release some juice, I'm gonna go in with the rest of my spice mix everything together, and add back the meat. Again, once the meat is in there, we're gonna mix it all up and make sure everything is evenly covered in the sauce. And that's it. All the work is done. All that's left to do is stick it into the oven for a few hours while you can do whatever you want. Take a nap, watch some Netflix, subscribe to this channel. The world is your oyster. Then you come back and you have this amazing dinner ready for you. It's just wins all around. So just let everything sizzle there for like 5-10 minutes, whatever, and then add enough water to cover it about halfway through, maybe a bit less. And into the oven it goes at 320 degrees for about 2 hours. Now this is where I almost messed up this dish, because when it's in the oven, make sure you check on it maybe like halfway through and add a bit more water if it needs to. I forgot to do that, and so all the water ended up evaporating, but this cut is so good that even when that happened, my dish was still amazing because of all the fat and sauciness that's inherent in this meat. It is absolutely mind-blowing. So go ahead and enjoy. After those 2 hours, take it out and be amazed. The aromas are gonna go straight to your head. All those spices, all that sauce. This is considering that I forgot to add water to it. Honestly, it's absolutely amazing and it just falls apart in your mouth. To serve it, top it up with some fresh coriander, and if you want to be really fancy, a bit of pomegranate seeds. They add a nice kick to this. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you gave it a try, leave your thoughts in the comments, and until next time. And not forgetting about the pandas, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, and know that Pandas and I really appreciate it.